Welcome back, mini truckers, truckettes. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. Hit that subscribe and give us a little follow and interact with us. So what we have today is a 2004 Nissan Clipper U72T flavor. As you can see, it's got some Roman numerals up here on the door. And I did translate those Roman noodles into English. Can't remember what it is because it was like 2 weeks ago when I did that. But what I do remember is in the parentheses there means plant. So it was a company truck and they took really good care of it. So we got the truck in, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and we have done a lift, bed liner, we've done all kinds of stuff to it. So we are going to get into a walk around with this truck and show you how the truck was before, which we have footage of, and there's a link in the description for that video of what it looked like when it came in fresh versus how it looks now. The truck came a very long way. It's all factory paint, everything white is factory, and the black is just bed liner. So it's pretty low mileage truck. It has 36,000 kilometers on it, and I think that's 20 something thousand miles. I can't remember off the top of my head, but very nice truck. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and we'll get into this walk around. So as I was saying, this is a 2004 model Nissan Clipper U72T. I almost said Mitsubishi just then because they're a cousin to the Mitsubishi. It's just a rebadged Mitsubishi with a Nissan logo, so they could be in the bracket of the K trucks. They started these models in 2003, so this is the second year that Nissan was in the mini truck bracket. Super nice little truck. This is my body style of choice, the U72, the U62T. As far as leg room, it's up there with the TT2 sandbar. I think the TT2 sandbar has a little bit longer nose in the front, gives you a little bit more leg room, but with the Mitsubishi you have way more options and capabilities with suspension and drivetrain setup. So that brings me to be partial to these body styles. So the Roman numerals, or ramen noodles as we call it, this was a company owned truck. It was a plant that had it, so they didn't run it a whole lot, probably just getting supplies or something, who knows. It was very low miles, so they didn't drive it very far. 36,000 kilometers. Got the side box on the frame rail. It's a nice little toolbox there. I'm trying to buy more trucks with those on there just because it's a nice little option to have. And well, as you can see, we've done full bed liner. If you remember back in the other video, I was talking about just bringing the bed liner up to here. I plan on doing a bed liner to this truck because it's not bad, but it's a little scuffed up and it could be a lot better. Headache rack's got some surface rust there. I'm going to clean up and primer and go back over that and stop all of that from happening. So we'll take the bed liner all the way up to here since we got some paint rub here. Looks like they might have had something resting here to actually chip away at that paint here, which I didn't know, around the headache rack, because it had some weird paint fade or flaking off within here behind the headache rack and stuff. Well, when I started washing the truck and getting more familiar with it, I'm standing in the bed, looked at the roof, started scrubbing the roof, and I had a bunch of weird paint flakes, and I don't know if they were driving through like the plastic things that hang down, you know what I mean? So maybe that was rubbing, causing a weird paint issue on the roof, but there's no dents, there was no rust. So I just said screw it, let's since we're doing this, let's do the full back of the cab and the roof as well. So, you know, if you're going to use this truck out in the woods or anything, you don't have to worry about branches scratching the roof or anything like that as you're going through your trails. And it protects the whole back of the cab, so it just kind of worked out. I even brought the bed liner out on the bed sides. I even came around the bottom and went to the tie-down hooks. Did the hinges, fronts, just kind of blended in. And it's got all this black on the top of the roof, back of the cab, just kind of blending it all together, so make it look a little better, breaking up all the white and getting some of the black throughout the truck as well. So it worked out. So at the ground level, we did a 4-inch JMT lift, so all of your drive shaft angles, your CV angles are right, your camber's right. And we did a 13-inch steel wheel with the Foursome 165/80/13. That is a very heavy duty tire. It is 1,400 pound load rated at 65 psi, 8-ply LT tire. It's a very, very stout tire. So if you're going to be running it off road or loading this truck down, it's going to do the job you need it to do as far as what the tires are able to handle. And the wheels they're steel, of course, so they'll handle the same amount of weight. To go with, while we're back here, I guess, I did add the LED light for the work light on the bed. It works off the factory wire that came out of the back of the cab. I had a factory work light here, just a little small bulb, it kind of barely illuminated back here. So this one works just the same way as the factory one did. It has a toggle switch on the back, so you can flip it on and off and, you know, really illuminate what you're doing back here. And tint the windows, so you got your AC running in the summertime, or maybe it's snow covered on the grounds, and you know, you got all that glare and reflection coming off the snow. You know, that tint's really going to help you out in that aspect as well. Keep the solars off of you, if you know what I mean. So another thing with the lift kit, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, so sorry about that. But with the lift kit, I did add our extended rear shocks to it. It really gives you more spring rate. They ride really good too, but I mean, it adds spring rate to it, as in, you know, any upgrade on shocks that you do. So I guess we'll get into some more of the options, factory options on the truck. It has the fuel injected 3G83 engine, 3-cylinder, 12 valve. Very nice little setup on the engine. They've used this engine from 1990 all the way up to 13, so it's a very rock solid platform. And they've changed over the years with fuel injection, carburation, you know, whatever. But I love the little engine that's in this truck. It's backed up to a 5-speed transmission, and it has the high-low transfer case in it as well. Push button 4-wheel drive on the fly, and you can't go wrong with that type of setup. Solid rear axle, leaf springs, independent front suspension. Great little setup. You can even remove the bed. You know, there's some models that you can't remove the bed on. This one you absolutely can, just like the U42s. The inside of the truck, you're going to see air conditioning and heat, power steering. And I'm going to touch on the power steering on these. They're hydraulic, traditional power steering. They're not the electric assist BS that we have on all the other brands. You're going to have more power, being able to steer this truck off-road. You're going to be able to control the truck a lot better, and it's going to give you that little extra oomph that you need if you're off in a rut, or, you know, just off-road general, or load it down even. So it's just a better platform all the way through, I believe. The leg room in this truck is great. I'm 6'2". My knees don't even come close to the dash in comparison to some of the others. We've also done stereo speakers. So I did a double din with a backup camera, and We even put premium seat covers on this. These are Japanese seat covers. They are premium. They're very nice leather, padded. Just give the inside of this truck a nice little touch. The inside of this truck was actually very clean from normal of when we get trucks versus the Mitsubishi that we got in at the same time. This one also has the airbag on the driver's side. And I'll sit in it just to show you guys what kind of leg room I have. So 6'2". Show me another truck that you have this kind of leg room in other than the TT2 Subaru. So the TT2 is 99 and up. I always think Mitsubishi's throughout the 90s even had better legroom and comfortability than a Subaru, just my opinion, because I've had them all. But very nice little truck, factory cup holders, so you don't have to worry about 3D printed add-ons or anything like that. That stereo there, it has the ProLink, so you can do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We also have the USB ports underneath it, and it has a voltage meter on it as well, so you can see what your alternator is doing. So we've got this speedometer here. It's OBD2 scanner, more or less. It scans the truck and it tells you all the vitals digitally, and it's a very awesome little unit. I've done a video on it. We'll throw that down in the description as well. But you know, that gives you an RPM. It translates it into miles per hour from what the truck is doing, and then I think you can go in and like change the road speed on it too. So if you put bigger tires, I haven't really messed with it too much. And you can go in and scan codes with it as well. So throw an engine light, you can go in here and see exactly what code you're throwing, and you know, you don't have to worry about finding a code reader or spend the big money to get it. You know, this already has it for under $100. So very nice little option. Four-wheel drive, high-low. These seat covers are absolutely amazing. I love them. They give the truck a nice touch on the inside, more comfortability. As you can see, the speakers down here in the doors. Pile 4-inch speakers. They sound good. Nothing crazy. This truck's also optioned with fog lights in the front, which is kind of a rare option. Well, I wouldn't say rare. It's more of, you know, you don't see a whole lot of them. They're less common, I guess you could say. Reconditioned the headlights, reconditioned the wiper arms. You know, it's got new blades on it, of course, 18-inch blades. So yeah, it's awesome little truck. Color match mirrors to go along with it. So that's an upgrade from what you would find a regular truck with no options. They'd just be black mirrors, totally different style. So it's got some different check marks on it, and you know what they did ordering it from factory. So I guess that includes what we've done with this truck and what it is. You know, we've gone through it, fully serviced it, of course, like we do all of them. Inspected the brakes. Brakes are nearly new on it, front and back, and everything with coolant. You know, it's all pretty freshened up. You know, it's a low mileage truck, so there wasn't a whole lot to do on this truck to worry about. So I guess that's going to be my opinions and what you need to look at when you're looking to buy you a newer body style Mitsubishi or Nissan. So appreciate you all being here, and we will see you all on the next one.